Ma'am, you can continue, ma'am.
Okay, pa. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let me continue. So now we are into the process of analyzing the data, right? So we are working with the same data set, that is our weather data set, which is available in a .csv extension. Okay, so we have now imported the data and we have started working with the data frame, and our data frame is getting referred with the variable or object data. Okay, so this is an introduction again. So now let us get into the question set. So here the first question is, find all the unique wind speed values in the data. We have to find out all the unique wind speed values in the data. So for this, what you will have to do is, there are two ways. So before getting into it, you just have a look at your data, because you have to work with this particular column. You have to work with a particular column wind speed, right? So you will have to refer to the column with the correct column name. You will have to refer to the column with the correct column name, otherwise you will get an error. So you should first have a look at your data, right? You use head command. So this will show you the first two rows, and here is our wind speed column. So the question is, find all the unique wind speed values in the data. We have to find out all the unique wind speed values. Unique values means 4 is an unique value, maybe 18 may be an unique value. So 4 will have more than one occurrence in this particular column. It may have around 100 occurrences. and 2 may have around 1,000 occurrences, right? So these are all the unique values. So we have to find out all the unique wind speed values in the data. So for this, as we have discussed earlier, we will have to use n unique command. So n unique command, it is going to show all the unique values. I'm just inserting a cell here. We are going to work with the command now. So data is our object name with which we are referring to the data frame. We are going to use n unique command. So first you have to refer to the column. So this is your column. So wind space speed. So in case if you are referring to such column, you should use this square braces and quotes, single quotes, right? So you just copy this so that you won't go wrong. You just copy this so that you won't go wrong, right? If you are referring it in a wrong with the wrong spelling, then you would get an error, right? Dot n unique is our command. N unique is our command. So here the total number of unique values is shown, that is 34 unique values are present in this wind speed column, and you can use in order to find out what are all the unique values. So this shows you the total number of unique values present in wind speed column. You need to find out what are all the unique values. For that, what you could do is you can just use unique. You can just use unique function. So here you are able to see 4 is a unique value, 7 is a unique value, 6 is a unique value. Around 34 unique values are present in the wind speed column, right? So we have solved our first question. Now let me get into your second question, right? Okay. So this is our second question, that is find the number of times when the weather is exactly clear. Find the number of times when the weather is exactly clear. So first you have to find out, you are going to work upon which column to solve this question. You have to work upon weather column to solve this question. The question is find the number of times when the weather is exactly clear. So there are 3 ways of solving this particular problem. You can use a value counts function. You can use value counts function. So let me first use the value counts function. So let me tell you what value underscore counts function is. So this is present in the pandas library, as I've said earlier. Value count function, it will give you the total count of unique values present in each column. It will give you the count of unique values present in each column. So now we are going to work with weather column. So now let us start working. Data is our data frame name dot. So what is the column name? Column name is weather. You just copy paste it. So here I am accessing the column with the dot operator because it is not having any 2 words or any spacing in between. So you can use dot operator dot. So now you have referred to the column. Now you will have to call the function value underscore counts is the function which is present in pandas library, right? Okay. So here it has been executed. You see here. So these are all the mainly clear, mostly cloudy. These are all the unique values present in weather column. And this side, 2106, 2016, and all these numeric values are the total number of occurrences of this particular value, mainly clear, across the weather column. So mainly clear is occurring 2106 times in weather column. Mostly cloudy is occurring 2069 times in weather column, right? So our question is, so what is our question? Our question is find the number of times when the weather is exactly clear. Exactly clear means here it is, just clear, just clear. So the first column is mainly clear. For us, we need the record sets that have the value clear alone, right? So 100 that is 1326 times this clear has occurred in the weather column, right? So 1326 times the clear value has occurred in our weather column. Okay, so now we have solved it using value underscore counts function. Now let us solve it using filtering. Let us solve it using next stage is filtering. So for filtering, what you can do is you can just use the double equal to. times this clear is occurring, using filtering method, you just copy this clear, right? Otherwise it is, you should not go wrong in your spelling when referring to a data value, right? So now let me insert a cell. Now I'm going to solve the same question using filtering method. So using filtering, I'm going to solve. So what we do is we have to refer to the data, we have to refer to the column, weather column, and we are going to use filtering function. Filtering function, you should use double is equal to, we want to filter out the records that has a value clear. We want to filter out the records that has a value clear. So data dot weather double is equal to clear. Now I'm executing it. So this is showing it in some Boolean format. So you just use, you just cover it up with our data frame name, use square braces as so I'm using, so that you can see all the data. See, now you are able to see all the data that is having the weather to be clear. Now you are able to see all the records of the data frame where the weather is clear. See, around 1326 records, around 1326 records are containing weather to be clear, or containing weather value to be clear. Suppose if you want to see here, you are able to see the top 5 records and 5 records with a matching value clear for weather column. Suppose if you want to see the bottom 100 records, then what you could do? You could just have dot tail of 100. So this is going to show you the bottom 100 records which contains the value clear for weather. See, these are the bottom records, right? Bottom 100 records. You can see even the bottom 10 records if you require. So these are the bottom 10 records which has the value clear, right? Okay. So this is with filtering. We have solved the question using value underscore counts function. So let me remind you what value underscore counts is. Value underscore counts, it is going to count the total number of unique values present in each column. Value underscore count, it is going to count the total number of unique value present in the column. So in the weather column, mainly clear is a unique value. It is occurring 2106 times. Fog is a unique value. It is occurring 150 times. For us, the question is, we need clear weather, right? So clear is occurring around 1326 times, right? So it can be solved using value counts. It can be solved using filtering also with this double is equal. And the third methodology to solve this question is using group by method, right? Using group by method. See, group by is a function which will group the data frame. It will just group the data frame based on some conditions. Group by is a function which will group the records of a data frame adhering to some conditions. So let us find out how do we use this group by function. Uh, for example, for example, see, you see here, you see here, mainly clear, this particular value is occurring for 2106 records, right? But do you think the records are going to be grouped in the Excel file? No, it would be scattered actually. In case if you want to group all the rows which contains weather value to be mainly clear, or if you want to group all the records or rows which contains weather value to be snow, right? You want to group all, you want to segregate all those records together, then you will have to use group by function. See, the major utility of this group by function is that, let me explain you with the with an example, right? With the COVID-19 example. See, in COVID-19, you think about this Apollo Hospital. Apollo Hospital is having several branches across our state, right? It is having a branch in Chennai, Coimbatore, Madurai, Salem, Tirunelveli, or any place it might be. Apollo Hospital is having its branch, right? So in case if you want to count the total number of patients who have been admitted for COVID-19 with Apollo across the state, and the total number of patients who have recovered from COVID-19 who have admitted with Apollo across the state. So in all region, each region will have its own value. Apollo Madurai, its own value of admission and recovery, right? And Apollo Chennai, it will have its own value of admission and recovery. But we need to group it, we need to group, and we need to segregate all those records, and we have to find out the total number. of patients who have been admitted with Apollo and have been discharged from Apollo, right? So for doing such operations, we need this group by function. So group by is a function which will group the records, which will group the rows based on some condition. The reason for group by is that records actually it will be scattered. Records will be scattered in your Excel file, but if you need to perform operations on a particular value, right, you want to find out, you just want to work on the rows which contains weather value to be mainly clear. You want to work on all the 2106 rows which contains the weather value to be mainly clear. Then what you would do, you will have to group the data frame. You will have to group the data frame with respect to weather, right? So that the data frame gets grouped and you can perform some operations on it. So the third thing is, the third way which we are going to solve this question is using group by function. So now we are going to use this group by function. How do we use it? So this is our syntax. So let me copy the syntax, right? Okay. Let me copy the syntax. Let me just show you how it is happening, how it is grouping. Function. So here we have to refer it with our own data frame name. So group by is the function call. So we are just grouping our data frame based on our weather. We are grouping our entire data frame based on this weather column. And in weather column, we need this particular group, that is the group of records which contains the weather value to be clear. So for that, we are using the get group function, right? So the argument passed is the value clear. So now let us execute this. You see here around 1326 records are containing the values to be, the weather value to be clear, right? So the question was, we have to find out all the instances, that is the number of times when the weather is exactly clear. We worked with the weather column using value underscore counts function, using filtering method, and using group by method. So group by, it will group the entire data frame with respect to a particular condition, and this get group function, it will just group all the records which are containing the value clear, right? So these are the three methods. Now let us get into the next question. I will be sharing the notebook after the class is over, right? Okay. The third question is, find the number of times when the wind speed was exactly 4 kilometer. We have to find out the number of times when the wind speed was exactly 4 kilometer. Again, we can use the methods as filtering by and value counts. So instead, I'm just going to show it using filtering method. So now we have to work with which column? You just have a view of your data. You just use head command. You find out upon which column you have to work for this question. You have to work on wind speed column. Find the number of times when the wind speed was exactly 4 kilometer. You have to work on this. So for this, you will have to refer to the data frame and you will have to refer to this particular wind speed column, right? I'm just copying it. Since it is having a space in between, so you should not refer using dot operator, you should refer it using this square braces, right? Okay. So you have referred to the column wind speed, and now you need the number of times when the wind speed was exactly 4 kilometers. So you should use filtering here. It is double is equal to 4. Double is equal to 4. Now let me execute. We'll see what is happening. We are getting the resultant set as a Boolean set. So instead you cover it up with your data frame name. You cover the entire command with your data frame name. Now we will see what is happening. You see here around 474 records. Around 474 records are containing a wind speed value 4. You see here, you just see where the mouse. If you want to see the first 10 values, then you give it as dot head of 10. the first 10 values, right? We will see the first 10 values which are having a wind speed value 4. In case if you want to see the last 5 values, containing the wind speed value to be 4, right? Okay. So we have solved the third question. Now let us get into the fourth question. Find out all the null values, right? Find out all the null values in the data. So the question is, we have to find out all the null values present in the data. We can use either is null command or not null command, right? Okay. Now we will use it. So all the null values. So you're going to work on the entire data frame. You're not referring to any column. So it is going to be just data dot, right? Is null. We will use is null command. So this will find out whether a data value, whether a cell value is null or not. We will just work with this. We will execute and see what is happening. See here. So this is our resultant. This is our resultant. So false means it is not containing a null value, right? Is null is returning a false means this particular cell is having a value. It is not containing any null value, right? It is having a value. It's not containing a null value. So now the question is that we have to find out all the null values. We have to find out the total number of null values means then you use this sum function. If you use sum function, it will give you the sum of null values, right? Sum of null values present in the data frame because we are using is null function. See here, so this is the resultant. This is the resultant. You see where I'm pointing the mouse pointer. This is our resultant. Daytime column contains no null value. Temperature column contains no null value. So all the columns are containing no null values here, right? Okay. So you can also use this not null function. This is null function and you can use not null function. See, is null will return a true for null and a false for non-null. Not null function, it will return a true for a not null and it will return a false for null. So that is the difference. Otherwise, it's not going to have a very big difference. But even then, we will execute that also, right? So now I'm working with not null function, data dot not null. So sum function, it shows the count of not null values or null values. It shows the count of a particular, the count of the number of times a particular condition is occurring, right? So now I'm executing this. See, daytime, it contains 8,784 non-null values. Temperature, it contains 8,784 non-null values. So this shows that our data frame contains no null value at all, right? Okay. So now we have solved the fourth question. Now we are into the fifth question. Okay. The question is that rename the column name weather of the data frame to weather condition. We have a column, right? I'll show you our data. See, this is our data. We have a column called as weather. We need to change this column name as weather condition. So that is the question. So now I'm just copying this syntax. So data frame name, we have to give data is our data frame name. Rename is the function, right? So columns is the keyword because we are going to perform a rename over this column. So columns is a keyword. And here within single quotes, we have to give our old column name. What is our old column name? It is weather. And we have to give a colon followed by the new column name. The new column name is, the question is that we have to change the column name weather to weather condition, right? Weather condition. Okay. So now I'll show you without this in place is equal to true, right? I'll just show you what is happening without this in place is equal to true. I'm just executing it. Okay. So now you see here the command has been executed. I'm just see here is our command. The command has been executed. So you see here the weather column. The weather column has been changed to weather condition. The weather column has been changed to weather condition based upon this rename function. So now let us check either the change has been reflected in our data frame, right? So for this, what we do is, again, I'm going to execute this data command. We will check our data frame here. You see here it has been changed to weather. Now I'm just having a look at our data frame, but it is showing it as weather only, right? It has not, this weather condition change has not been reflected in the data frame. For this, what you have to do is, here in this particular place, you will have to give comma in place is equal to true, right? So this in place function, it will take the changes in place with the data frame, right? So here this in place is equal to true means the changes you have made, that is the renaming you have made, will reflect to our data frame. So for that, we will have to give in place is equal to true. The changes are in place with the data frame. So now let us check this again. I'm just executing this data frame command again. I'm just checking the data frame whether it has been changed or not. Just a minute. I'm executing this again. Okay, this has been executed. Now I'm going to check our data. See, this has been changed. In our data frame, the changes has been in place. With this, in place is equal to true statement, right? So now we have completed the rename condition. And the next question is, what is the mean visibility of what is the mean visibility? What is the mean? What is the mean of this visibility column? Okay, so now we have to use the mean function. So mean is the function. So this is the syntax. We have to work on this visibility column. So in this visibility column, we have to find out the mean of all the values present in the visibility column. Okay. Now first we have to refer to this using our data frame name. I'm just copying this and I'm pasting it here. Okay. Dot mean is our function. See here, we are just referring to the column with data.visibility. In this visibility column, we have to find out mean of all the values. So mean function is used. Now we will find out. What is that? See, 27.6 is the mean of all the values which is present in this visibility column. Okay. Now let us get into the next question. What is the standard deviation of pressure? What is the standard deviation of pressure in this data? So standard deviation function is, it is STD, right? The same. We have to find, see, before working with any column, you just find out the column name. You just find out the column name, because once you go wrong in column name, you won't get the result properly. You copy down the column name, right? There's nothing wrong in it. You copy down. So here I'm going to refer to this column pressure, and we need to find out the standard deviation. I'm calling this STD function, right? Okay. See, this is the standard deviation of all the values which is present in the pressure. Okay, pressure column. So now we have to find out the variance of relative humidity column. The variance of relative humidity column. So this is our relative humidity column. Okay. So here we have to refer to the column first. As I said, you copy down the column and you paste it. See, you see here relative REL space HUM. You cannot, since this column name is having two words separated by a space, you cannot refer it with the dot operator. You will have to refer it with a square brace. Okay, square brace. And now you find out the variance. Variance is the function call which you make. So this is the variance. We have identified the variance. Okay. Now let us get into the ninth question. We have to find out all the instances when snow was recorded. Snow. We have to find out all the instances when snow was recorded. Again, there are three methods in order to find out the total number of instances when snow was recorded. First, we will use the value counts method. What will value underscore counts do? It will just find out the unique values present in each column. It will find out the total number of times and unique value is present in a particular column. So data is our data frame name, and snow. In case of snow, we will have to work with the weather data set. In case of snow, we have to work with data frame again. So now we should be very careful because the weather column has changed into weather condition now, right? Because we have used the rename policy. So now we will have to copy this. We are going to work in this particular column, right? We have to work with this particular column. I'm just referring to the column weather condition. So now I'm going to use value underscore counts function. So this will give you the count of each unique value present in a. See, now we will find out the snow. Snow is recorded for 390 times. Snow is recorded for 390 times. But the question was that find all the instances when snow was recorded. So snow has occurred for 390 times. You see here, snow fog has occurred for 37 times. Blowing snow has occurred for 19 times. So this is not going to help us. The question was that we have to find out all the instances when snow was recorded. So snow and rain snow, all those are instances of snow. So this particular value underscore counts is not going to give us the correct results. If you need to do that, then you will have to count everything. You will have to count this 390, and the next snow showers is 60, 390 plus 60 plus 37. You will have to count all the instances. So instead, what you could do is you can go with the next methodology, that is filtering. You can use filtering. Let us see what is happening with our filtering method, right? With filtering, we will have to use the double is equal to. Now we are getting into the filtering method. So I'm referring to our column weather condition. I'm just going to give W is equal to snow. We will see what is happening now. So this is a Boolean set. Instead, you cover it up with our data frame. You see here, this is also showing only 390 records with snow. See here also value underscore counts. It is just showing the snow record alone. Snow record alone. You see here, snow is occurred only for 390 times. Even our filtering method is showing that snow has occurred only for 390 times. Instead, what we can do is we can use str underscore contains. So that is the next methodology. We will find out what is happening with str underscore contains. We have to find out all the instances. So we will just refer to our data. Dot str dot contains string dot contains is the function, right? So here I'm going to pass snow as our parameter. And now let me see what is happening. So this is a Boolean set. Again, cover it up with the data frame. See here, 583. We have a resultant set of 583 records, 583 rows, right? See all the snow showers, snow fog, snow rain, snow drizzle, all the instances which are seen snow has been added up here with string contains function. See here. See snow, blowing snow, snow fog, and moderate snow. So all these instances are added up with the str.contains function, right? So str.contains function, it just extracts all the records which is matching with this particular string snow, right? Okay. So this is the correct way to solve this particular question. So you should not use value underscore counts, and you should not use this filtering method also, because it shows only one instance, only in one instance where the snow is present. The question is that we have to find out all the instances where the snow is present. So this is not the right, only str.contains will give you the correct resultant set. Okay, now we have solved this. We will get into the next question. So the 10th question is, find all the instances when wind speed is above 24 and visibility is 25. We have to find out all the instances when wind speed is above 24 and visibility is 25. So first let us have a look on our data. We have to find out our column names. We have to work on wind speed and we have to work on visibility, right? So let us copy this wind speed. We have to refer to our wind speed should be wind speed should be above 24. So it is going to be greater than 24, and there is an and condition. So ampersand operator. Visibility, we have to work on visibility column also. Now again, you refer to the column. So since this visibility is not containing any space, you can use it a dot operator, or you can use this operator, this square braces also. Okay, visibility is double equal to 25. Visibility is 25. You see the question? Find all the instances when wind speed is above 24 and visibility is 25. So here we have done it. This condition should have a parenthesis, right? We have to separate the ampersand operator and both the conditions with a brace, right? You don't need this. You're separating each of this condition with a brace. We will find out whether it is executing now. Yes. Yes, it is executing, but Boolean set is returned here. We need to refer to the entire data frame. So you cover it up with our data frame name. See here. So all the records, there are how many records? There are around 308 records with wind speed greater than 24 and visibility double is equal to 25. So there are around 308 records with which are satisfying these two conditions, right? Okay. Now the next question is, what is the mean value of each column against each weather condition? What is the mean value of each column against each weather condition? See, whenever you see this keyword each, you should get into mind that you will have to perform a group by operation, right? Whenever you see this keyword each, you will have to perform a group by operation because we will have to group the records now. You just look into the question, what is the mean value of each column against each weather? So the entire data frame should be grouped based on the column weather condition. The entire data frame should be grouped based on each unique value which is present in weather condition, and then we will have to find out the mean value of all the other columns, and then we have to find out the mean value of all the other columns. Let us just have a look into our data frame. So this is our data frame. So we have to find out the mean value of all the other columns. We have to find out the mean value of the other columns of each column against each weather condition. Against each weather condition means all the unique values of this column weather condition. Either it might be fog, snow, drizzle, rain, or anything. Against each of the unique value of this weather condition, the data frame should be grouped first. After grouping, we have to find out the mean value of each column. So we will find out how we will have to do it. Okay. So first we will have to group our entire data frame using group by function. We are going to group our entire data frame with respect to our weather condition. So weather condition. Okay. So we are grouping. If you give shift enter, if you just execute this command, the entire data frame has been grouped by. So this is just showing that the entire data frame has been grouped based on each unique value of the weather condition. And now the question is, we have to find out the mean value of each column. We have to find out the mean of temp underscore C. We have to find out the mean of 80 mean of this relative humidity, right? Okay. So now dot is the function which we call. Okay. See, still here, the data frame is grouped with each of the unique value which is present in the column weather condition. The entire data frame is grouped. I said fog might contain 100 occurrences, right? So all those records which is having a value fog for weather condition are going to be grouped together, and snow might contain an 800 occurrence. So all the records with snow weather condition, they are going to be grouped, right? So in such way the entire data frame is grouped, and then now we are going to find out the mean value of each of the other columns, right? So now I'm going to call the mean function. See, so here we have calculated. You just have a look at the data frame. So this is the resultant. You see here, weather condition clear, right? Clear is a weather condition. You don't think that clear is present only once in the it is containing only one occurrence. Clear contains so many occurrences we have seen earlier. Fog also contains so many occurrences. So for all the records which contains weather condition to be clear, the mean value of temperature is 6. The mean value of dew point is 0.89. The mean value of relative humidity is 64.449, right? So this is how the group by is working. So here you can see all the record sets. See, if if there are 100 records which contains weather condition as clear, all the records are grouped here as clear, right? So, and the corresponding mean value, the column temperature for the column dew point is being plotted here. Okay, so this is how the group by function is working, and we have solved this particular question. Now let us get to the next question. So what is the min and max value of each column against each weather condition? So here we have find out the mean value. Here we are going to find out the min and max value of each column. Here we have just identified the mean value of each column against each weather condition. Here we have to find out the min and max value of each column. Min and max value of each column against each weather condition. Okay. So now we are just going to work on the same data frame. We are going to just work on the same data column, weather condition. So before that, we have to group the data frame using group by. We are going to group it using weather condition. I'll just have a I'm just copying the same. I'm just going to change the function alone. So here we have find out the mean value. Now we have to find out the min and max value of each data column against each weather condition. So here I'm changing the function as min. Now let us execute. Now the data frame is grouped. It is grouped with respect to each of the unique value. Now I'm applying the min function in order to find out the minimum and maximum value of all the other columns which are present in the data frame, right, with respect to the weather condition. Yes, it has been executed. You see here, the data frame is grouped based on weather condition. So the minimum value of temperature is -23. The minimum value of dew point is -28. The minimum value of relative humidity is 20. So now we will do it for the max function. We are going to find out the max value of each of the column with respect to the weather condition. See, now it has been executed. We will see the max value. See here, with respect to each of the weather condition, the maximum temperature is 32, the maximum dew point is 20, the maximum relative humidity is 99. So whenever the weather for all the record sets which contains value as clear for weather condition, the maximum temperature is 32. The maximum dew point is 20. For all the record sets which contains a value cloudy for weather condition column, the maximum temperature is 30. The maximum dew point is 22.6, right? So this is how we have to work on it. We have completed this question, and now let's fog, right? Show all the records where weather condition is fog. So either we can use filtering or you can use group by. We will use both, right? So data is the data frame name. I'm going to apply group by function. So here we are going to group the entire data frame with respect to weather condition is fog, right? So first we will have to give our column name. Column name is weather condition. Followed by, we have to just find out this fog values, right? So we will have to get the group of records which contains the value as fog for weather condition. So you will have to use get group function. We will see what is happening. So there are around 150 records which contains the weather condition as fog. There are around 150 records which contains the weather condition as fog. Okay. Now we will see how we do it using filtering. So filtering is just, we have to use filtering, just you will have to use double is equal to. So now we are working on this column weather condition. Double is equal to fog. We will execute and see what is happening. So this is a Boolean set which is returned. If it is so, then you will have to cover it up to see the entire data frame which contains this fog instance. See here, there are around 150 records which contains the weather condition as fog. If you want to see the top 10 records, then you give head of 10. See, this is showing the top 10 records, right? Okay. Now we will get into the next question. That is, we are going to find out all the instances when weather is clear or visibility is above 40. See, can you type inside the message box the command for this? If you have listened properly, now you can do this. I have shown the syntax also. So this is going to be the syntax. I have shown you the syntax. You please type in the message box. In the chat window, please type. I would like to see some responses. Chat window, please type. Anybody? You please type. You please type the answer for this question. That is, find all the instances when weather condition is clear or visibility is above 40. We have seen the same example with an AND condition. So here we are going to use this, that just the bitwise OR operator. Can you show me? Anybody? Okay, now. So let me do. So now I'm just going to have a look on the data because we have to work on two columns here. That is the weather column and the visibility column. So let me have a look into the data. So we are going to work on this weather condition and we are going to work on this visibility condition. So let me copy this. So I'm referring. Since it is having a space, you should refer using square braces. Otherwise, you can use dot operator. So this is double is equal to clear, isn't it? Weather is clear. When the weather is clear, double is equal to clear. Or you will have to use or operator. So you will have to cover up each of the condition with the parenthesis, right? And you use an or operator, bitwise or operator. And the next condition we will have to work with visibility, right? Visibility. So this is the column name. I'm just copying it. So here, I'm referring it. So this should be greater than 40. So this is a different condition, isn't it? So you will have to cover it up with a parenthesis. And now we will see how it is executing. So this is returning a Boolean set. So you have to cover it up with the data frame name so that you can see the data frame with the matching condition. You can see the entire data frame with the matching condition. See here. So the weather condition is clear and our visibility is greater than 40. See here, any one condition is adhering here, right? So if the weather condition is clear, the record comes in, and you see the visibility column. Either if the visibility is greater than 40, it is coming inside. It is not clear, actually it is mainly clear. So now we will see the last 5 records. We will see. See here, cloudy. Cloudy is getting in because the visibility is 40, above 40, 48.3. So it is, if any one condition is true, the condition is getting satisfied, right? Okay. Now we will get into the last question. Find all the instances when weather is clear and relative humidity is greater than 50 or visibility is above 40. Now I would, I want responses from you. Students, please respond with this question. You just type the command for this. You just type the command for this. I'm showing you the data frame. I'm showing you the syntax also. We have worked with such commands. Just given your answers, students. Anybody given your answer? Abhishek Jerome was good actually, or he has spelled it with as OR, but you should use the bitwise OR operator, right? You can see the bitwise OR operator above the enter. Above the enter button in your keyboard, you can see the bitwise OR operator, right? Now, please type in the command for the last question. So there are three conditions here. There are three conditions here. That is, we have to find out all the instances when weather is clear and relative humidity is greater than 50 or visibility is above 40. Kindly work.
Ma, if anybody knows, you can
How
type in the chat box, ma.
So we have to work on this weather column. Weather column is weather condition for us. So weather condition for us, it should be, the question is, it should be clear, isn't it? Should be clear. So since this is a condition, you should have a parenthesis. It should be inside parenthesis. And we have an operator. We need an ampersand operator. You use ampersand. And now we have to work with the relative humidity column. So here is a relative humidity column. Just copy this and refer to the column using the data frame. Sorry. Since this is having a space, this column name is having a space, you should refer it like this. Relative humidity, it should be greater than 50 or we need the bitwise OR operator. So you cover this condition also with the and next we are using the OR operator, right? Again, refer to the data. Visibility is above. So this is our visibility column. There are around 2,921 records which are satisfying this condition, right? There is an OR operator here also. There is an OR operator here and there is an AND operator, right? So there are around 2,921 records which are satisfying this condition. You can see the top 5 records using the head condition. So these are the 5 records which are, or you can see the bottom 5 records also. So this is the basic commands, right? Okay, these are the basic commands. And we have completed working with the weather data set. Now I'm sharing with you the weather data set. This Jupyter notebook I'm sharing with you in Google Classroom so that you can work on. And you will receive an invitation from the institution for the afternoon session, right? So thank you all. If you have any kind of doubts, you please open up. You just type into the message box if you have any kind of doubts. You just analyze all the commands because I have given all the commands with their own syntax also. You will have to start working with the notebook only, then you'll have a better understanding. You start working with it and we will meet in the afternoon with different data sets, right? Thank you all. Vidya, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Vidya. Thank you.
So we'll end the session, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. So everyone come in the afternoon. So we'll end the session now.